Welcome back everyone to Let's Play ILLBLEED. Last time, we found Cashman's office and stole $100,000 from his safe. And now that we've done so, we can go up the elevator and pass the next checkpoint, as we need a total of $200,000 by this point in order to enter the next section of the department store, which is the toy aisle. The toy aisle in the Cashman department store must be very popular because it is at least as large as the grocery section. Also, must be very popular because you need $200,000 to actually enter the place. So, once again, Cashman's business strategy shining through. Right, as it says, you need $200,000 in order to enter this place. If we don't have the $200,000, it does not let us open the doors. But with the combination of the prize money and the money in Cashman's office, that's going to be enough to reach $200,000. I don't actually know if it's possible to lose enough money from the traps in order to be prevented from entering here. And Killer Invader for the low price of $9.99. Not even sure what a kid would do with that thing. At this point I noticed that it seems that the money you lose from these traps are equal to the price tags they have, but that doesn't seem to be the case all the time. For example, I lost $999 to that invader, but that won't be the case for every trap. And this is a frustrating part of the game because the walls of the aisles are so close together, and there are potential traps on both sides, that it is difficult to figure out which of the trap spots are the actual traps. You might just have to go ahead and tag everything, so you would need a lot of adrenaline for this part.
Run on!
Randy, as we can see, is not doing too well. He's stumbling about, he's moaning and groaning. But I just wanted to wait as long as possible before restoring his health.
Run on! Oh.
The amount of money lost to that flying saucer matched up to its price tag as well, as $2,001. And at this point I just decided to use the health cake to restore our health, so we can say goodbye to our new friend, but at least Randy is not groaning anymore. Next up, we're entering the magic aisle, featuring Mr. Miracle and his $9,000 magic hat, which are incredibly oversized from what the display models show us. And I just noticed now that we're actually losing adrenaline just by going into first-person mode with the horror monitor.
Run on!
Now that one did not match up. The magic hat's price tag is $9,000, but we lost only $2,000 from that trap, so there is an inconsistency there. And the most fun part of the game, when you are sure you're approaching a trap, as I was saying, when you're sure that you're approaching a trap that you've tagged, and it turns out that it is not the case at all, and you don't have any adrenaline left because of that. So as you can see, we have no adrenaline. Fortunately, we do have the caution bomb, which I'm going to use now. Probably not the best place to use it, but I do really need to get some adrenaline back.
Run on! Run on! Oh.
Leaving the Magic Isle, we now approach an aisle dedicated to Dashman and Dashman-related products. Dashman, as we can see, is a knockoff of Ultraman.
Run on!
And as we can also see, he has a money-stealing belt laser. He has that, and his Dash Fighter going at the low price of $10,000. I suppose if these prices were for the purpose of the $1 million cashback sale, then it could make some sense. But I think that perhaps, well, actually some people were projecting that perhaps the reason the prices are like this is because of a translation error where they did not translate yen to dollars. I think, though, that this is intentional, that the prices are just ridiculous because everything in this game is ridiculous. So I think that that was probably intentional.
Run on!
And now we're entering the video game section, and it appears that Clash Heat has a video game adaptation that was released for the Mega Dream. But those movie to video game adaptations are never any good. They have a lot of copies, too. Also a lot of copies of Gatly, Panic, and Dogs. Dogs, I believe, was a character from Blue Stinger. He has another cameo up later on in the game. Speaking of cameos, another one coming up right here. Oh no, Fall Down Bear. Yeah, I said before that he only appeared in the game once. I actually did not know about that one because I guess I always tagged that trap. You have to have that trap go off to see it. And I'm pretty sure that is the last time we see him, unless anyone wants to correct me on that. And now we can see the Mega Dream itself, going for a mere $16,000. The size of the Mega Dream obviously to contain all of the powerful blast processing hardware inside. A video game system taking my money. That is something I can relate to. But anyway, the Mega Dream actually does a considerable amount of damage compared to many of the other traps. And this is a part that's very frustrating because, as you can see, I am out of adrenaline completely. And that means I cannot tag anything. So I have to sort of make an educated guess as to which side of the aisle the next trap will be on. So the sight is just beginning to blip, which means I can assume that there is something that is going to be in that skateboard display up here. Right. I could have avoided that by going to the other side of the hallway. And here's our first sighting of Cork, the toy hunter. This is a gentleman that'll be playing a larger role later on in the game, specifically level 6. But this is the first time that we're seeing him, as well as his cast of characters. Unfortunately, since I don't have any adrenaline, I have no choice but to just walk into this trap here. Right. But this is, even though this is the first time we're seeing him, he will be playing a much larger role later on in the game, as we will see. Now, fortunately, we've gotten past the first part of the toy aisle. The unfortunate part is that we are now about to meet my most hated enemy in the game, a certain toy named Mary, or perhaps Marie as she pronounces it. She has some challenges for us to take, which we are going to be doing next time on Let's Play ILLBLEED.